Hey everyone, welcome to Conversations with the Real Estate Redhead. Today we have Hazel Manjarris on with us, and she's a fellow Keller Williams Realtor, and she's going to tell us all about what she does, and she's got a great nonprofit as well. So we're going to learn all about Miss Hazel today, and kind of her background, and she's also in business with her husband. So I want to kind of get her take on that and what that is like. So welcome on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, girl. So tell us about you. You used to do marine biology, is that right?
Yes, so I was in the field of marine biology for about 15 years. I started as a dolphin trainer in Hawaii a really long time ago, and then eventually got into the aquarium and zoo, field. And so I worked at the Texas State Aquarium for over 10 years as a curator.
Wow.
Yeah, so I worked my way up from a volunteer all the way to a curator there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and so a curator is just pretty much, like how a museum curator is for the aquarium side of it. You kind of have to look at what looks great as far as what people are wanting to look at in an aquarium setting, what animals are, get along together and things like that. So
that's so cool. So that's like a director then?
Yeah, so I was a supervisor. So I was in charge of over 12,000 animals, reptiles, amphibians, fish, sharks, sea turtles, all of that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. There was never a dull moment, I'll tell you that.
What in the world? And so, okay, but you used to be a dolphin trainer too?
I did. So I started off as a dolphin trainer in Hawaii at the Kahala Mandarin. And so we did VIP dolphin experiences with the stars, like Justin Timberlake.
Did you meet them too?
I did.
Dude, what even in this world?
I was very, very lucky when I got the internship. They didn't mention anything about like the whole Lost cast would be there and things
Probably
like
because
that.
they didn't want that to attract people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when we got hired on, we would be walking by the pool and Shannon Doherty's just hanging out, or Paul Walker at the time, because they were shooting different movies at that time, Jurassic Park and all kinds of cool stuff.
And that's at the Mandalay in...
it was called the Kahala Mandarin. It's on the other side of Diamond Head in Oahu. So it's a very secluded area where all the stars stay.
So did you go over there to get to study marine biology?
I did. So actually I was born there. And then I went back after high school as an internship. So I received an internship. And then after that, I actually received an apprentice position to be a trainer there. After thinking about it for a while, I was like, I really want to obtain my degree. So I ended up coming back to Texas. And I have my bachelor's from A&M Corpus, as well as my master's in Master's of Science in Education.
That is so cool. You're so awesome. I'm learning so many cool things.
I'm a yes person. So fortunately, that's led me to a lot of cool different experiences.
That is so freaking fantastic. So were you at the aquarium whenever they did their new expansion and all of that?
Yes, I was in charge of building up the whole aquatic and all of that division. Yes, so the shark exhibit is my baby.
Whoa.
Yeah, so planning as part of collection, even aesthetics, seeing it from the outside to see how we really want to engage, the people that come, so that they really get to have that experience and want to help animals. And so just really making that connection with people.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So where the flamingos are and all of that stuff, where the glass roof is?
Yes.
Dang, girl.
It was I think it was a $25 million project that went, and we worked really hard to acquire, trade with different aquariums. I mean, there was a point where I was on the road for a good 6 months, picking up sharks and transporting from New Orleans Aquarium, offered some sharks for us and things like that. And so it was like...
I'm so mind blown. That's so cool. Holy smokes.
It was a huge, huge ordeal. But it was wonderful because we were able to open, and now it's just been a great expansion to the aquarium.
No, it is.
Absolutely.
It absolutely is. That is so cool. Wow. So tell me, so you did that, and you do real estate. So do you not do that at all anymore?
I do. I still work with consulting. So I have, I was in the field for a long time. So I have a lot of people that still reach out for consulting on like shark behavior and, different things like that. And then on the side, my husband and I also have a jellyfish business where we actually go to Rockport quite a bit, but we actually sell jellyfish to aquariums and zoos across the world from my garage.
What in the world?
So,
Hazel, I cannot with this information.
No, it's a lot. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was very blessed to go to Monterey Bay Aquarium to go to jellyfish school. They call it Cnidarian school. You go and they train you everything from how to culture them and different things like that. I've actually tried to culture them in my garage, but it's very hot here, so I'm really going to need more conditioned space to do that. But so we did a lot of research with Monterey Bay Aquarium over the years about how to transport jellyfish properly and how to, do the things that we need to do that. And so you sell them to zoos and aquariums that need jellyfish? That is correct. So jellyfish exhibits are really, we actually call them jellies because they're not true jellyfish, but so jelly exhibits are really popular. I mean, top 3 in every aquarium.
Wow.
Because they're so mesmerizing and peaceful and calm.
Yeah.
And so their life cycle is not very long. Max on a lot of species is maybe a year.
Interesting.
8 months. No brain, no circulatory system, no heart. But they've been around since the dinosaurs.
Interesting.
So yeah, they're really awesome creatures, and a lot of people just love to learn about them and see them on exhibit.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mind blown right now. This is so cool. This is so awesome. So y'all transport them around the world? So y'all ship them?
Mm-hmm. So Southwest Cargo, FedEx.
That's so cool right now. What in the world? I'm just learning all the things. So you're in business with your husband then in many ways, not just real estate.
Yeah, and he actually worked at the aquarium for a little bit as a dive safety officer as well, and so we got to work there as well.
That's cool.
But it has always been a dream of ours to be entrepreneurs. During COVID, we both were scientists. So he's a geologist, and he was doing independent contracting work, and we both decided that we have young children, so we wanted to be more present with them.
Yeah.
So we pivoted during COVID and got our real estate license, and we went all in. And so grateful for what happened last year, you know. And it's been great. I don't have that mom guilt anymore.
Good for you.
I can still be a part of marine biology through different aspects and different organizations, and then still be more present with my family.
That's so cool. That's why I wanted to get into real estate for whenever I eventually have a family.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to be able to do what I want to do with them and have my business, work for itself, in a lot of ways, and be established, so that whenever I do have kids, I'm not trying to juggle getting my business off the ground and momming at the same time.
Absolutely. It's very challenging, being a working mom, but I mean, it's cool to be able to show our kids our work ethic and
absolutely,
and be able to share all of the different chapters I've had and been blessed with. So
girl, I'm still like, okay, wait, can we go back to what you just said a second ago? Because
I could talk about it all day.
Oh my gosh. So, and y'all have an event coming up soon?
We do, yes. On Friday, April 22nd, which is actually Earth Day, we are having an event at Lazy Beach for a nonprofit that we're trying to raise money for. It's called Life Rolls On. They actually come to Port Aransas once a year.
Cool.
And so there's a lot of different wheelchair athletes, people that may be paralyzed. And so what they do is their whole mission is to improve the quality of life.
Yeah.
So they have skating and surfing events throughout the country where they have people come. We have volunteers that come out that help them and push them on their waves and get them surfing and just to get them back out there.
Wow.
So it's a great organization. My husband's really big into surfing and skating, and so this is definitely one that's really, means a lot to him.
Yeah.
And so we're really trying to raise money, and so I think we're going to have like a crawfish boil. We'll invite different organizations, some pop-up vendors that are going to be coming to Lazy Beach. Lazy Beach has been an awesome partner to be able to fundraise for some really great organizations.
Why haven't I heard of Lazy Beach? Where is that?
They're located on the south side, so right near Rancho Vista neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's just literally down the road by the fire station.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. And it's a brewery there. So we actually just did an event, Tacos for Turtles. So we raised money for the Ark in Port Aransas before cold stunning season. They needed like detergent and sheets and things like that.
That's right.
And so we actually had a great turnout. So we're hoping the same for this event. But yeah, so it's a great way to just be able to give back to the community. So
that's so cool. So if you want, people of the community can go to this event.
Absolutely.
And Lazy Beach, is some of their proceeds going towards that, or how's that working?
Yes, and the pop-up vendors as well. And then we're going to also try to do like a crawfish boil and sell tickets for that as well.
Cool. Okay.
Just
awesome.
to make people more aware of the great organization, as well as, just trying to be able to raise as much money as we can for them.
Absolutely. That is so neat. Yeah. Cool. And that's April 22nd.
Yep, birthday.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What time?
From 5 to 9.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. And then if you can't make it, I can definitely send you our GoFundMe account, our link that's going to their organization, as well as like a QR code we have.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll put that in the show notes and in the comments so people can find it if they can't make it, in person.
Sure.
Depending on where someone's listening from.
Yeah, of course.
So let's go back a little bit about, your career in real estate and how that transition works. So you transitioned during COVID, and you were just like, I want to be more available for my kids. I mean, what was, and how old are your kids now?
They are 2 and 7, 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So COVID, so your youngest then was just barely born?
Yes.
Wow. And is that whenever you just decided to make the change?
So my job at the aquarium as a curator, you wear a lot of different hats. You're on call 24/7 just because there's a lot of different needs from the animals as well as staff and things like that.
Of course.
So, I just, started to feel that I really wanted to, with my first one, I jumped right back into the field, and, I just didn't want to have that resentment and feeling again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just an opportunity for me to kind of just figure out, a new chapter with our family as far as moving towards, being more entrepreneurs and things. And we really love spending a lot of time outside. We love the beach. We love to go hunting. We love to do a lot of different things. And so we wanted to try to find something that would accommodate that type of lifestyle. And we're both go-getters. And so we knew that we had to hit the ground running, and we had to, really just
go all in.
Yes, and go all in. And we were very blessed. We ended up helping 18 families, sell their homes or buy homes last year.
That's amazing.
First year. Yeah. And so, and a lot of it was people that we knew in our own community. We both have lived here for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So we're very familiar with Corpus, and we actually, really enjoy living here and going to the beach and having that low-key lifestyle.
That's so cool. Exactly. It is very low-key around here.
Yeah.
So if you had any tips for, moms that are transitioning into that, or new moms that are transitioning into real estate.
Absolutely.
What were some things that you did to help with that?
Yeah. To be honest, Keller Williams has been wonderful to me. Everyone has treated me like family here. And so when I came on board, I wanted to go to all the classes because I wanted my first 6 months. I really just wanted to absorb everything, learn as much as I could, be knowledgeable about what I was doing. And then I had some people here that were really took me under their wing, like Nami Stone and Sheila Rollins and Julie Strayer and April and even Joe Esquivel, and it was great to be able to have these mentors, especially Lori, to be able to help out, with just daily, what am I supposed to do?
Exactly. I have this whole day and I don't have to report somewhere. I've got to show up, but I don't really know when and where.
Exactly. So just learning different people's styles, what they focus on with their clients. But really, some tips I would say is be efficient with your time.
Yeah.
Set aside, block out time for, contacting your SOI and contacting people that are, in your community that you may already know, just to let them know that you're a realtor. You know, a lot of times it's like, what, you're still doing that, or you're not doing that anymore?
Exactly.
So that was really important to me. And then just really figuring out a schedule. I'm a little type A. And so I really want to know what I'm supposed to be doing. And the days that I don't have that plan, I feel almost anxious. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm slacking.
Exactly.
How am I moving my business forward? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what are all the little things that I'm doing to create more clients or to be able to assist the clients that I need to?
Exactly.
And so just creating that schedule was really important for me. And for us as a team, my husband and I, because he ended up joining about 6 months after I did.
Cool.
But that has been a blessing. Another person to be able to help open doors.
Yes,
and
that you don't have to pay $20 a door to.
And he's always like, do you have time to show? I'm like, yes, I could go show. And then if we don't have childcare for that day, we'll swap out. And it's literally like, tag, you go show, I'll go here. You go drop off earnest money, I'll stay here. You know what I mean? And so it's really a team dynamic. It's really important. I mean, we've been together for close to 18 years, married for 10. And
that's so cool.
Yeah. So he's my best friend, my business partner,
everything.
Love that.
I love that.
And so, so those would be some tips, is just really try to absorb everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
So many people have figured out great systems. Mm-hmm. And so really it's just absorbing and then trying to convert it to how it works with your life.
Yeah, and take advantage of what others have done before you. And absolutely. I tell people that a lot, like when they ask me how I do something or whatever, I always tell them, this is the way I do it, but you need to go ask a few other people, because the way I do things is not the way that I did them 6 months ago.
Right.
And it's always a revolving and changing thing, which I think is important that you acknowledge that. Absolutely. And that you realize that's not a weakness to change things over time.
You have to have that open mind of, okay, maybe this isn't flowing as smooth as it should. Let's transition and figure out a better way to do it.
Exactly.
You don't always have to be just set in a certain way.
Right.
So that's, I feel like that's helped our business a lot.
So in what ways do you see a change being in this career versus your other, as far as being more present with your kids?
Well, I'm not confined to have to report somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, like most companies, you're there from 8 to 5, 8 to 6, 9 to 6, or whatever. So I had, my desk duties as well as supervising staff, volunteers, animals, all of that. But unfortunately, animals don't stop acting and behaving after 5. You know what I mean? Or if you are cramped on time during the day because you're in meetings, animals still have to eat no matter what.
Of course.
So you have to stay there until everything is complete, until we know for sure everything is safe for us to go home. And then they have nightly monitors that watch for us while we are sleeping.
Crazy.
And so we still would get called, you get calls like, oh my gosh, something happened with a pump or different things like that.
Of course.
And so you're just on that on call, like, woo.
Exactly.
With real estate, it's different because I'm not in charge of 12,000 lives. And a lot of the times, you have to set those boundaries. But most of the times after 7 or so, I'm free.
You're done.
I'm done. I can relax. There's not any urgent stuff with real estate typically, unless it's like a quick signature or something like that.
Exactly.
But it's not something where I have to rush in and, have to troubleshoot how to save things.
For sure. So do you, whenever you had your first daughter, she went to daycare? She
went to my parents. So we actually lived in Dallas for a short period of time and moved back when I became curator, and my family lives here in Calallen.
Awesome.
My mother said, I will watch your baby if you decide to move back. And I'm like, sold. I'm here.
I'll be there. Pack my bags.
So, and she's way more tentative and than I am with the kiddos. So it's great. I know they're in great hands. They're super happy when they get there. Yeah, again, blessed. If it were not for my family, my husband, and everyone that surrounds us, there is no way I would be able to do anything.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I've been very, very blessed in that aspect of being able to be around family and
So you'll just do handoffs, I guess, throughout the day or whatever.
Yes, depending on like, our schedule, how busy we are, if we have meetings and different things like that. So we do that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
I really like that. I always wonder, I always pick everyone's brain. Like, okay, so whenever you, very first had your babes, like, what was your day like? And I was visiting my best friend this past weekend, and I was sitting on the floor with her little girl, and I'm like, so I guess I wonder what people do all day whenever they've got, a 9-month-old, and she's not crawling yet, but she's fixing to, and
man.
She's into everything, and I'm just like, I guess I'll just be sitting here with my laptop on my lap. Like, I don't know.
I mean, a lot of times we work from home, and so I posted a picture of her like looking over my laptop, and then the next one was her Godzilla trying to like rip it down. But yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to work from home, but it is challenging sometimes, trying to keep a toddler.
Exactly.
So the help is awesome.
Yeah, seriously, that's so great.
It makes things manageable.
That's so great. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about your history, about being a mom and a realtor, and
definitely.
Being in business with your husband. And I could pick your brain for so long. I just love everything you're telling me, and I can't wait to be able to go to your event and support and everything else. So
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us one thing. We always wrap up. What is one thing you do every day to make the world a better place?
I every day wake up with positive intentions.
Absolutely.
I try my hardest to clean slate whatever happened yesterday, especially if it was something negative.
Right.
To just really try to have a nice, positive, happy attitude. I feel like it comes naturally, but at the same time, there's days where you're challenged, and so I feel like with a positive mindset and drive, I can conquer the things I need to. And so hopefully that is one way that I can make the world a better place.
That's awesome. I totally agree. Always seeing everything half full, the glass half full. It's
Absolutely.
It's like this situation is not great, but how can we get past it?
Yep. That's what we are. We're troubleshooters on a daily.
Exactly.
And fire putter outers. So.
Exactly. Fire putter outers. I love that. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope that you enjoyed today's podcast, and we will put in the show notes all of the details about the event coming up here soon. So you guys have a great day.